Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said my boyfriend's coming up after me. He'll be up in there.
Okay. What's your name?
Victoria?
Victoria.
Yeah, Tori.
Tori?
Tori.
Okay. You okay right here?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Let me have you just go that way a little bit. This way people can't
Okay.
work out the location, you know what I mean? Because last thing you need is internet trolls coming and harassing you. We found Victoria. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
So, what brings you to Camden?
I'm just down on my luck. My grandfather passed last year, and my family hasn't been very supportive. So I have a boyfriend that kind of stays out here, and he is how I ended up staying out here with him. So, it's a money situation, just trying to get my shit together. And, excuse my language, but...
Do you currently have an addiction?
Yes.
And what is your addiction?
Meth.
Sorry?
Meth.
Meth?
Yeah.
Wow, you're one of the few.
Yeah, right. It's not, especially heroin and stuff. So.
Is it hard to come by?
Yeah, not in Camden, and you have to go out of the city, but yeah.
That's more like a Kensington.
Yeah, or there's plenty of parts of South Jersey, but yeah, you have to go out of the city, definitely. I mean, you can find it around here, it's just hard.
How long have you been addicted to meth?
About 2 years. Yeah, I've been struggling with addiction on and off for since my 20s, with different substances, but just with the meth, yeah, it's been about 2 years, so this time.
So what got you started?
A guy I met, not this boyfriend, but a guy I met, the boyfriend before him, out in Browns Mills, which is, a shithole, so yeah, he got me started on it, so.
Okay. So, do you have any plan to get clean?
Yeah, I do.
So, have you gotten clean any time in the 2 years? Do you have any clean time?
Like a week or two.
A week or two?
Yeah.
And what was your trigger to bring you back?
Family problems, honestly. It's a lot of family stress. My family doesn't help each other. I have a really bad relationship with my mom. So just honestly, we'll probably have to do that.
Okay. So I often ask people, what do you think separates people who become addicted to a drug for a traumatic event versus people that don't?
I don't know. I think it's partially genetic, partially I guess coping skills. Partially family, because you're taught, especially like if you have maybe a mom or dad that uses, you're taught to use shortcuts to deal with stuff, as opposed to doing the more painful long-term shit.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's a little bit of everything.
What I'm thinking is, your first 20 years of life, you learned to cope a certain way, and then you had a boyfriend that taught you a different way of coping.
Well, I had I had eating disorder. I always had kind of like some kind of negative coping skill before the drugs. It was an eating disorder. Like I was some OCD, I had depression, so it was always some kind of, and like I said, I had the other substances before, which was, like Xanax for a while, alcohol. So, I didn't learn very, in my case, my mom was an addict as part of the whole bad relationship thing, and I learned from her kind of, oh, well, she does that, and it makes her feel better in the short term. I never learned any healthy long-term coping skills.
I see.
Yeah.
So, are you recently a resident here? Or
Just been staying for a couple weeks, yeah.
So, where were you before that?
Staying in motels. I had a little bit of money left from my grandfather left me, so I was just staying in motels, staying on people's couches for a couple nights, just kind of transient.
I see. Yeah. Now, do you currently receive any kind of government assistance?
I get food stamps.
Food stamps? Yeah. Okay. How does that help?
It helps with food and everything,
It doesn't really help with the rest of life?
Not really, I don't know. I mean, other than saving money that you would spend on food for other stuff, but it's not a whole lot. I mean, for me, it works because I'm only one person, but I can't imagine it works very well for people with kids and stuff because kids' food is expensive. So,
kids are expensive?
Yeah.
Right.
And I get Medicaid. I'm on Medicaid, so.
Oh, you're on Medicaid as well?
Yeah.
I see. I have a little book of questions I come up with here. Okay. Being a meth user, if you went to your dealer and your dealer said, you know what, I have something better, basically life-changing, would you be more excited or terrified of that prospect?
A little bit of both. Yeah? Yeah, so a lot excited, but also terrified because life-changing can mean a lot of things, and like I said, I know I'd probably get hooked on it, and then things might get worse. So I'd be a little bit both.
Maybe hooked on two separate.
Yeah,
things.
right.
That would be definitely
No,
twice as
so
bad.
it might not just be trying at once. It probably most likely be, oh, okay, well now I'm addicted to this as well. So.
I got you. That's all the questions I have. Is there anything else you want to add?
Nope, that's it.
All right. As soon as Phoenix is done out there in the wagon, you're more than welcome to hop
All right,
there.
thank you.
Thank you.